My name is Mia Butler. I teach at Dundee Ridge Middle Academy. I teach 2D studio art to grades 6, 7, and 8. I have been teaching since 2013. I started teaching art at the Boys and Girls Club in Broward County. I fell in love with teaching, so in 2015 I started teaching in public schools. I have taught elementary, middle, and high school. I live in Florida, so a lot of my students have been Hispanic or Haitian. So I've learned through the years on how to accommodate my ELL students so that they feel comfortable and love to learn in the art room. In my presentation, I will share my experience observing my fieldwork mentor. I will also give suggestions on ways to help those with special needs or who are ELL learners. Dundee Ridge Middle Academy is an IB school. The IB program enhances the school curriculum, ensuring cross-disciplinary units of study that emphasize intellectual challenge to encourage students to connect academics and the real world. Dundee Ridge is located in Dundee, Florida. Students explore the fundamental concepts, terminology, techniques, and applications of digital imaging to create original artwork. The art that is offered at the middle school is digital design and 2D studio art. The goal of the digital design class was to manipulate content, media, techniques, and processes to achieve communication with artistic intent. The teacher addressed layout and went over why planning your layout is important. She also brought up one of the principles of design, which was balance, and how balance is something to think about when designing a poster. She showed many different examples on the projector. Catherine McDaniel is a digital design instructor. She has 20 years, mostly middle school, and 15 years at Dundee Ridge Middle. She has a bachelor's in art education, a master's in graphic design, and taught 2D art for 15 years at Dundee, and this year switched to digital design. The students in her class are between 12 and 13, with a mix of 7th and 8th grade. The gender is a good mix of both boys and girls, and most have a beginner level of digital design. There are some ELL students, and the teacher has been struggling with them reading the content, and the ethnicities in the class are white, Hispanic, and Black. The primary language is English and Spanish. My role during my observations was that I would watch as the teacher explained the activity the students were doing for the day. I would stand or sit off to the side so I wasn't blocking anyone's view from the screen. Once the students got started and tried to recreate the teacher's demonstrated example, I would then walk around helping students. Sometimes that included me helping them backtrack their steps through Photoshop because maybe they missed a step, and sometimes it involved me helping them change the settings in their workspace. The profile of the student I observed is an 11-year-old girl. She has a basic understanding of art and medium to low skill level. She is an ELL student. She is Haitian and her primary language is Haitian Creole. She does speak English, but sometimes she is unsure as to how to pronounce or read some words. She is in middle class. When she listens to the teacher explaining how to do an assignment, she tends to look confused by the end of the demonstration. Because of the Acts 3 before me rule, the student does ask her classmates for help, but it takes her a little while before she asks for help. When she does ask classmates for help, her voice is kind of quiet and unsure. Students who are ELL tend to need things repeated and for the teacher to speak a little slower. Visuals help them greatly in the classroom. When they are in the classroom, it helps them feel a little more comfortable if they are sitting with a classmate who can help translate for them. Students who are ELL tend to be quiet, a little confused, and they have difficulty with pronunciation. They speak in single words and phrases. A strategy that could help this student is having a video screencast available to her so that she can access it on her own computer. That way she can replay the video as many times as she needs to, so that she can get her assignment done in a timely manner. Another strategy is having the directions printed out, with pictures for each step. This could help her as well because she can refer back to the paper instructions and see the pictures and what she's supposed to be doing. This next student is in 6th grade and is an 11-year-old male. He has a low level of art knowledge and skills. He has autism. He is white and his primary language is English. He is middle class. The student responds well to instruction. He behaves well in class but can become frustrated and overwhelmed sometimes. He does talk to the other students around him and will ask the teacher for help. However, even after asking for help from classmates and the teacher, he still just sits at his computer and it takes him a really long time to get started. It takes him a while to process what he is supposed to do. Often, his work is not completed by the end of class or it is done wrong. Children with autism have difficulty reading body language and facial expressions. They have selective attention and learn through concrete processing and rote memory. Students with autism are able to recite facts or figures, but sometimes that is based on sight or sound recall, not necessarily because of comprehension of meaning. Sometimes students with autism are really good with one particular subject, but struggle in other areas like being able to have a conversation. This is called uneven cognitive development. Accommodations or modifications I would do for this student would be to have the instructions printed out along with pictures so that they can read exactly what they need to do. I would also have a screencast video that the student can access on YouTube so that they can watch the video and replay it as many times as they need to. And lastly, I would also create a checklist so that they can visually check off each step they've completed. That way they won't get overwhelmed or lost in all the steps that they have to complete. It was nice being able to observe Miss McDaniel's classroom. I learned a lot not only from doing fieldwork in her classroom, but also from this course as well. I feel I have more tools to better help students I currently have who are ELL or have special needs, and even help my future students as well.